Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I'll be guiding you on this journey today. I do want to do just a 2025 vibe check. I'm not going to go by month. I'm not going to, because I don't remember that shit. You might have a really good memory, but I just kind of, like I said, I just kind of want to get an overall kind of feel for it. I don't really have a plan for this either. I was just going to shuffle until cards came out like that. Before we actually get into it, I would love it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And is there anything else? I feel like there was something else I was going to say. Who knows? So this is a reading for Aries. That's probably what I was going to say. Wherever Aries is in your chart. And okay, let's see. Loving this. Okay, Aries coming out strong. We have the Star, we have the Two of Wands, Strength, and Judgment. It's so interesting because it's like, okay, first of all, North Node is going to be moving out of Aries in January. Right? So, again, wherever Aries shows up for you in your chart, whatever house Aries occupies, right? It's a really good time to take stock of what themes came up for you around those specific themes that house represents, right? Because the North Node has to do with our purpose and what we are incarnated into this life, to accomplish. So anyway, that was the 10th house for me. So Aries is the 10th house. And for me, again. And definitely this year. So North Node is going to be moving into Pisces and Virgo, right? So it's interesting because there's this feeling here of going for something because, the Star card is hopes and dreams. It's trusting the process. It could even be getting clear on what those hopes and dreams actually are, right? What do you have faith in? Not necessarily religious faith. It certainly could be that if that's something that you experienced. But more so, do you trust yourself? Do you trust the process? Do you trust that, the right doors are going to open for you at the right time? Are you trusting that you're going to be guided to those doors? Or have you been trying to control those things too much? Because the Star card again, right? It's our hopes and dreams. There's a sense of surrender there too for me, but surrender in the sense of letting things play out. This is also too being the center of attention, allowing yourself to be seen. We can see that, this person has this lasso attached to what would be the star, right? Which could also be the sun because hello, right? The sun is a star, right? So, the sun represents happiness, joy, bliss. It's maybe this year or the last however long, it doesn't even necessarily have to be the whole year, but maybe it was where you were really digging into what are the things that do bring you joy. How do you want to spend your time, right? Where do you want to expel energy? And what do you want to illuminate? Maybe there are things that have been illuminated for you. Interesting. And the Two of Wands is about planning for the future. So we have this Star card that to me, again, it feels like really getting clear on what that future even looks like. Because also too, the Star for me is the literal space between the 5D where, we manifest, co-create, even get clear on what those manifestations are, right? It's where we do a lot of the work, I feel. It's like it's clearing out any gunk, it's clearing out any, gremlins, as Brene Brown calls them. It's clearing out anything that is like literally in your way or like holding you back. So it's that space between that and the physical 3D plane where we get to exist. Right? And then the Two of Wands, like I said, it is planning for the future. We can see them looking forward. There's a map here. This almost kind of feels, there's this picture here of this van. So it's like it's bringing things together. Maybe you are even thinking about van life. I don't know. I've literally never even focused on that van before. Even just the van with the globe, right? Like there's this like world traveler vibe to it, or even, of course, if it's traveling within the country, that you live in, it's like, you know what? I am going to go for it. I am going to take the risk, take the chance, and do the thing that I have always wanted to do. There could even be a way here to monetize that. Or even if it's not necessarily monetizing, it certainly can be, but it could be, like documenting your journey. Like, why was that? I was having such a hard time with that coming out of my mouth. Documenting your journey on social media. And with the strength card here, it's like having the courage, having the strength to do it, to put yourself out there, to take the chance, to take the risk. And of course, it doesn't have to, obviously be that you're like selling everything and, buying a van and driving a car. That was just one example. It could be going for that job that you don't feel like you're qualified for, because look at the world. There are a lot of people doing a lot of shit that they are not qualified for. So why not? It's kind of like, again, right? It's coming out of this just thinking about it, just hoping for it, just, it's going into the planning phase. With the strength card, again, bravery, courage. It's that, inner resilience, inner strength, perseverance. There's also even too like an element of trusting yourself. I know, with the star card, I was talking about, trusting the process. Interestingly enough, too, because I'm constantly looking at numbers anyway. 17 is a star card that simplifies down to an 8. We have, the Two of Wands. We have the Strength card, which is an 8 card. So we have 2 8s. And then Judgment is 20, and that's also a 2. So we have 8, 8, and 2, 2. So you could be seeing those numbers around. Also, all of that simplifies down to 10, 10, right? This is 10, this is 10. New beginnings, right? Because then that would, new beginnings. And then that would simplify down to a 2, which is knowing what you are to do, having direction. With a Judgment card, the whatever this journey is going to have such a transformational impact on your life, which could also even be why, the Strength card is here. Because, like when there is big transformation happening, it really does take, a lot of strength. Again, with the bravery, with the courage, to trust that process, to keep, looking forward, to even trust like the person that you are like becoming. Even, like a butterfly just popped into my head. Do you think that they worry about turning into goo for however long they turn into goo before they turn into a butterfly? Do you think that they even worry about being able to come out of their, is it a chrysalis? Like, do you think that they even worry about their wings working, like once they are out of it? It's like there is this vibe here of keeping your attention in front of you. This also even feels like very fated, because I mean, this is a transformation that is like, it has a potential to like literally change the rest of your life. The Six of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, which is movement, right? I mean, there could be a move. I love how many major arcana cards are in here too. Those are like the heavy hitters. That's, like a lot of supportive energy around you too. And the one card that comes out that's not a major arcana, they are looking towards the strength card and the judgment card. Even just, with this last thing I'll say, with this soul looking like it's, coming out of this person's body, there's a sense of freedom there. And again, too, like even joy, surrender, really coming into your own too. I was like looking at the similarities even between these two cards. I think maybe just because like, they're both like looking up, but for whatever reason, like they seem to have like the same feel to them, except over here you're in the physical plane, like really working on that manifestation, right? Like really hoping, wishing, whatever, like for the things. And over here there's like a literal evolution of your soul, a literal ascendance here. Beautiful. Happy 2025. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.